What's up everyone, it's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do another solo Chogokin review. Today we have the GX-68, the King of Braves GaoGaiGar. We're looking at the front of the box here, which is very colorful, has some beautiful gold foil going on right here. You can see my reflection. And as we scroll down this gigantic box, we will see the name GaoGaiGar. And of course it's made by the ever awesome Bandai. And if we take a look at the back, it's just as awesome as the front, except you see all the included accessories, all the little gimmicks, everything which we're going to check out in this video. And of course this has the usual foreign language up here, which it's not Spanish, it's actually Japanese, I found out. So up here, I think I can read it. It says, Kono roboto wa anata no chikubi o kusuguru masu. Don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Once we have this box open, we have a big tray, which kind of hard for me to move around here, but I probably should have started from the back here. But I did want to show you, let me get up close so you can see it, but it does say GaoGaiGar on the bottom of the styrofoam. And if we look at the front again, it's got this cardboard flap. Hopefully nothing flies out as I show you guys, but everything is neatly laid out, if not upside down. You'll also find included a nice little tray here full of alternate hands and little alternate pieces, and his very highly posable hands here, and also a nice little full color booklet which shows you how to put it together. We're going to take a look at the inside here. You'll see it's nice and full color. It's all Japanese and beautiful pictures, and of course the pieces, so you know if you have everything there. And of course the transformation and combination sequences here and the stands and everything else that's included in the set. First piece we're going to take a look at here is the DrillGao, right? Which is, you know, it's one of those designs that are very blocky, very old school looking, but very excellently executed. I love the red paint, love the gold paint here on the drills, which the drills actually do spin. You'll see, all right. And they got nice little clear windows, nice little detailing here on the top, those little triangles, little vents back here. Very good detailing and very prone to fingerprints. See, like I can touch that. It's shiny, it has like some mold release or something, or just a polishing compound. Back here, these pieces which form the feet are die cast, so this has a bit of heft to it. And if we look down here, you'll see it has treads, alright, the ever popular treads. However, in this case, they're not rubber, so you don't have to worry about, you know, treating them or having them fall apart in the future, unless you break the plastic. But these, yeah, they work beautifully. Definitely much better and much more acceptable than rubber treads. Next up, we have StealthGao here, which is a very nice looking stealth bomber type vehicle. It's got all the nice matte finishes and also the nice angular details here. You'll see it's got some nice vent detail. There's also vent detail here on the top. If we open this up and if we take a look, you can almost see some engine detail right inside. It's a little bit hard to see, but it is there. Right, you can fold that down. If we look at the front, it's got some beautifully tinted windows here with cockpits right behind it. And you also have this movement here. You got these nice big red pieces here which have a beautiful metallic red. I mean, I can't really describe how nice that red metallic is, but it also carries onto the wings here and also the wing tips. And we'll take a look at the bottom here, which is also a nice satin matte finish. And all this little detailing here are all panels that actually do open up or fold in and whatnot, which we'll check out later in the review. Next up is the LinerGao, which is essentially a high-speed train like those Japanese ones. If we look on the bottom, a little bit more detailing. You got some little wheels going on, and this little section right here. This you have to attach prior to you know, using this guy, because he comes in two pieces. If I can just show you, just like that. So you have to attach this little piece to be able to join these two parts, and you'll see at the panel lines he's coming apart because that's part of the combination later on. But it's got some nice detailing here. The little black windows. You got the little clear glass here. I love that they do that. It's not actual glass, guys. It's clear plastic, but you know what I'm saying. And it's got the little cockpit inside. So pretty good detailing for something that's very simple. Last but definitely not least is Galeon, which is a very accurately done version of this guy. It's beautiful. It's got beautiful colors. The heft of the die cast is awesome, pretty hefty, and he does have excellent articulation due to the fact that most of this articulation comes from the fact that this has a robot mode. So all the little bits in robot mode, you know, transfer over to lion mode here. You can see everywhere he's articulated, you know, the ankles, the elbows here, the legs, but we'll check that out in robot mode. And the finished form here is called Gaigar. So we're going to pan down on Gaigar here. And I did change the background for you guys. I know it's a little bit annoying to look at a white figure against a white background. Right, so very excellently done. I love the proportions. It's just, it looks the way it's supposed to look in all the detailing. And it's a really solid figure. It's mostly plastic on the outside, but then you get the die cast, like right here in the joints. You'll see this whole section here is all die cast. You have die cast metal right here on the wrists. You have die cast metal on the elbows. You have die cast metal right here. If we open this up, then if we take a look at the hips, you'll also see some die cast metal there. And then also down here on the feet, this little rectangular section here. Gaigar has some really cool articulation. We're going to start off with the head. It's on a ball joint, but you'll see it's kind of limited due to the skirt right behind his helmet. Got the arms that come out on a ratchet. You get the arms that go forward, also on a ridiculously tight ratchet. I almost don't even want to bring that up forward, but you can kind of hear them. And you got the double jointed elbows, also on a die cast joint. The joints on this guy are unbelievably stiff, and I think they're that way because of the amount of weight that has to attach to this guy, which I'll show you in a little bit. Then you got the ratchets here on the legs. It's got some nice teeth right there. And they're kind of silent, but they're very, very heavy duty. Then we move here to the knee. That part has a ratchet motion there. Also this part here, which folds this way mostly for the Galeon part of the transformation. And then the feet here are articulated, as is the little heel. He also has some waist articulation. Right here, the hands, the wrist are articulated, and they're also on a ball joint here. So that's an extra bit of articulation. And the little thumb and the hands open up similar to the way that they would on a Masterpiece Transformers figure. He also has some alternate hands, which we're going to check out. All you do is pop this off the metal ball joint and attach the other one. Just wanted to give you a closer look of the optional hands, the sculpting, which is absolutely beautiful on these. They're not individually articulated fingers or anything like that. They're just alternate hands to give you a variety of options for dynamic posing. Wanted to bring DrillGao into the mix again because this guy actually combines with Gaigar into like a weapon. So the first thing you want to do is separate these, which we would need to separate them for transformation later anyway, or combination. And then this tab is going to fold right in to keep this nice and flat. Next, what we want to do is bring this open like that, and you'll see there's two little tabs. Let me get the light on there. Two little tabs right here. That's what's going to tab onto the arm. And if we take a look at the arm here, you'll see this little rectangle. That's where these tabs are going to snap into. So just bring the hand in and then bring that right over and then close this up. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I can't express how much weight there is on this guy's arms. And he's actually holding them out. They're not leaning against the floor. It's amazing, which is why all the joints are really tight. I mean, this guy is well balanced for all the weight he's got on him, not only on his body but the arms. That's ridiculous. Now, there's also a combination that involves these guys. So this guy's all set. What we want to do with this guy is turn him around and lift up these little hinges here, which I was telling you about before. Just like that. Do one on each side. Then bring this guy over. You see he's got these little black sort of door windows here. Those are actually the pieces that tab into there. So we'll go ahead and attach that just like that, and then you have this combined mode with Stealth and Liner. Now, StealthGao can also be combined with Gaigar by attaching this little piece right here. This little section, you slide it right in, and it allows you to use these tabs to connect to the back of Gaigar. First, what you do is fold down these shoulder pieces because these will be used to attach the StealthGao. Alright, then just line everything up and it should just snap right in. There you go. So here's a combination of both, and even though, as you can see, it does stand well on its own, it does have this included stand which we used for the StealthGao. All you got to do is replace the top piece here, and it should just pop in right to the back. I'll show you guys how to do that, just like that, and it could hold him up. That way you don't have to worry about it toppling over. Now Gaigar's got an alternate face. All you got to do is pop off the head here, and you can actually slide out the original face and pop in the new one and just pop it right back on. So the difference really is just the opening of the mouth. Alright everyone, we all know what this look is. It's the look of please combine me into GaoGaiGar. And here he is all finished, guys, all in combined mode, GaoGaiGar. All three pieces have come together to form this gigantic robot. Very, very heavy, but again, because of the tight joints, it is a very solid figure considering its size. I mean, this thing is absolutely spectacular. I know I originally said I wasn't going to get it, but I saw how awesome it was in one of the commercials Bandai did, so my wife was kind enough to get this for me for Christmas. So I'd like to say thanks to my wife for that. But yeah, so here he is, guys. We're going to check it out for a second. Very tight joints, like I said. I don't know how many times I've said that already, but very tight everywhere. Even the elbows here, very tight. You'll see it's got these little hands here which are articulated. I'm going to show you some other hands it does come with. These are articulated in the thumb, just back and forth swivel. And then you have the index finger that's separate from all the other fingers. So they're all individually articulated, but they all, you know, they don't move and splay out. They're just like in line, okay? Then we move down to the waist. He does have a waist which is kind of hindered here at the moment because of the wing set in the back, but he's got the same waist Gaigar has, and he's also got the hips, same thing as Gaigar. You know, if you want to really see that, just move, you can move it forward. The skirts do move out of the way, by the way, so just in case you were wondering. And he's got the knees here, which again are Gaigar's knees. And then he has the ankles here, which do pivot back and forth and up and down. Now the head I did want to save for last because the head is actually in a post back here, but the design is actually pretty clever in the way that it allows it to move. You can see right here, and I'm trying to hold this with two hands. It's kind of hard, but you'll see how it moves in that little cam profile type thing, whatever you want to call it. Which doesn't hinder too much of the articulation, and then he doesn't really move up and down too much. If you really wanted to, you can pop it off the ball joint here, but I'm not going to do that since I don't need to articulate it. Now, also included is a way to do the hell and heaven move, which requires the two hands to come together like this. Fortunately, you don't have to do this on your own. It already comes pre-molded and pre-detailed inside. That's really cool. Usually they leave this part here undetailed on a lot of figures. If there's something like that that requires a weird kind of mold, but Bandai did not skimp out on that. There's actually detailing of all the individual pieces of the finger right in there. Now to use this, you do want to remove the little perfect transformation hands. We'll get rid of that and pop this on one of those. And to make room for that, you do want to fold these pieces back right here on the side of the lion head. Next is rotating the shoulders forward. You'll see the underneath of the liner here. So you want to be careful because the joints are really tight. You want to make sure you're not crushing anything in the meantime. And then just join the other wrist here. And there you have the hell and heaven. Now if you don't want to use these little perfect transformation hands, it does have these full-size hands right here. And they're much bigger than the perfect transformation hands. Now the cool thing about these is that they're perfectly articulated. Even the palm right here of the hand is articulated, and so is every little joint of the thumb. Some of them are not seized, but they're a little stiff, so you want to be careful when you do that. They will pop off with enough force, but not like easy. So just be careful. And the hands, like I said, are just amazingly articulated, and the detail is just incredible. And right here behind the hand is a little ball joint cup, which leads me to believe this may fit other robots that use similar ball joint designs. So yeah, let's go ahead and attach that, see what it looks like. Pop it right in there. And by the way, the wrist ball joints and the ball joint for the head is die-cast metal. And pop that in. Alright. Now some people didn't like the size of these hands. I think they look fine. I think if you look at these too long and put these on, they might look a little oversized to you, but I just love the design of those hands. And they even look pretty natural when you put them in the fist position. It's also got the dividing driver included. You do have to attach the driver portion to this part right here, which requires you to align these little tabs. You want to be careful which way you put it in, but it is keyed so that it only goes in one way. All right, pop that in. As you can see, that is spring loaded. If you have the hands on, you can take them off since they're going to be hidden anyway, and then just slot this in here on the back of the forearm. Go ahead and do that. And there he is, wielding the dividing driver. Then we're just going to end off with a little scale comparison. So here he is next to Daltanius. Alright, and for those my Transformers viewers that are watching, I want to see what it scales up to. Here is a Masterpiece Sideswipe. Alright everyone, that brings us to the end of the review. So overall, pretty impressed with the figure. It's nice and heavy. It looks great, and I'm glad I actually took a chance on this. It's probably one of the heaviest robots I've handled in a while. And if you guys are interested in this, you can click the description to pick one of these up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll make sure to answer them as soon as I could. If you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe, maybe even give a thumbs up. And until next time, goodbye.